So tonight we're talking to local lawmakers working at the Florida Capitol about their thoughts on the FBI's memo. On your sides, Kaylee Tracy bringing us their concerns and what's being done to keep them safe.
I fear for my life, but at the same time, I'm mad.
Newly elected Representative Angie Nixon, a Democrat representing District 14 in the Florida House, says she didn't anticipate talking about concerns for her safety and her fellow representatives her first week in Tallahassee, at least not like this.
We're staying in conversation, reminding each other to be diligent and be safe, vigilant, and just to just be aware.
Those talks due to an FBI memo sent to law enforcement across the country, warning of potential armed protests at all 50 state capitol buildings from January 16th through Inauguration Day. Republican Representative Bobby Payne of District 19 says he doesn't have too many concerns about the possible protests.
I feel very confident after being here for 4 years in our Capitol Police, our House Sergeant at Arms, our Senate Security, and our local agencies.
The Florida Department of Law Enforcement is working with federal, state, and local agencies, saying in a statement, quote, "We are aware of the information regarding possible protests and violence at state capitals. FDLE and Capitol Police continue to monitor the national situation and analyze information relevant to public safety."
They're trying to abide by people's rights, but at the same time, they have to protect people. You have to protect the country. You have to protect the buildings. You have to protect property, life, limb.
First Coast News crime analyst Mark Bachman says right now, local, state, and federal agencies are working together to monitor and respond to potential armed protests.
There's obviously task force and groups that are already in place that are set up to exchange that information, to share that information, to know exactly how they're going to respond and who's going to respond depending on what happened.
Kaylee Tracy, First Coast News, on your side.